This is the part of car lifing that they don't want to show you. It's windy, it's cold, my car's a mess and I want to rearrange it. I haven't moved my tent in probably a week, and I think I'm gonna vacate Mount Shasta for a couple of days because it's supposed to rain and be windy and miserable for about 4 days. So we got some cleaning to do, and I'd rather just sit in my car right now. We're in my tent, but I know rain is coming. No bueno. And making coffee takes so much longer. Oh, still recording. Shocker. Better. Not great, but better. So, made some coffee, which is kind of iffy. I was using up some milk that may have been in my car for a couple days, unrefrigerated. Anyway, I like to think it's kefir. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. This is the stuff that people don't like to document too much, is when you're cold, when you're miserable, and when you don't know what to do. Especially in my case where I can go anywhere, and for some reason I just feel like, I don't know. I know I'm going to be miserable for 4 days if I don't leave. However, on the other hand, I don't feel like packing up and going and figuring out, because you're playing that game of like, how far do I want to drive? And is the weather going to be that much better? You know, I'm looking for no rain, but it's also Northern California right now. So everywhere is kind of going to be cold. So, yeah. Anyway, so we're playing that game today. I'll keep you updated as to where we're going. But it's like that sense of losing control that, I don't know, I'll call it a fair weather type of person, that when things like this happen and I'm now back in the front seat of planning, trying to understand where I should go next, or what to do, or what feels right, or instead of just allowing myself to go somewhere, or not. Maybe part of it's also learning to be uncomfortable in all of the weather. But either way, I'm gonna probably go pack up the rest of my stuff, go get a real cup of coffee today, because I didn't do a great job on this one. A little rushed. And yeah, see where that goes. All right, I'll talk to you later. The benefit, if you will, to it being kind of cold is I wear sandals all the time, and I bought a pair of awesome shoes at a thrift store, and now I get to wear them today. How cool are these freaking shoes? So I'm totally wearing them today. Sun's out. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollars that tomorrow there'll be sun. No more. No mas. Well, good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to make a video. It is rain day. We are on rain delay. And this morning I had a mini little, not meltdown, but just kind of like panic coming through me again. So I want to tell you all about that. That's what the video is going to be about. But first, if you like my stuff, you like my content, you like my videos, you like my personality, you like my style, which I forgot to put on my stylish shoes, but these were the shoes I was gonna wear today. What? Click like, click subscribe, and keep watching. I got a lot of knowledge, so let's show you some of it. Anyway, so let's talk about this panic, right? So this morning I wake up and I knew today is gonna rain. And so I'm just like, where am I going? What am I doing? I start frantically looking for places where it's not gonna rain, or where the weather is gonna be just a little nicer, or but then like already I'm like starting to, well, what if I want to come back here? So I don't want to go too far, but most of the places are going to be about the same weather, or it's going to be, and so it was just like my planning habit, I'll call it, kicked back in. And I sat there, took a breath, took a couple more breaths, and realized that it was my safety again. Here I am in this place where I'm learning so much about safety and control and ways that my mind, wants to be safe and comfortable is the word that comes to me. It's like this sense of it only knows how to be comfortable if we are doing the comfortable things. Staying in a place where it's a little warmer, staying in a place where it's dry, not so windy, sleeping better, not having to sleep in my car, but more so in the tent, or heck, a hotel. But a hotel, that costs money. So do we want to do that? All of these things start coming up. And that's my mind trying to find comfort. It's like right before you go for vacation, you start to realize, like, you wake up and heck, even the week before, it's like that constant rush of like throwing everything in the car and trying to do this, and I got to go drop the kids off or pick them up, or because you want to take them with, right? Like vacation, and all of these things. Don't forget this, and I got to make sure that I have that for the trip, and because I don't want to have to buy more when I get out there. And you're rushing around, and it's all in the name of finding that stillness, that comfort. Because you think at the end of this race, at the finish line, you're gonna just be able to sit and go, oh, thank God, I'm done, I'm good. But I'm starting to find, if you let it keep going, if you keep perpetuating this busyness mindset, you become addicted to it. That's what I am. I'm addicted to being busy. I'm addicted to being productive. I am addicted to knowing that everything is going to work out to a T. And there's like some relief almost when everything works out perfectly. And that is, like I said, it's an addiction. And it's learning how to break yourself of that addiction. So, all of that to say is, I sat there this morning, took a couple of deep breaths, and then I was like, I'm gonna go meditate, which my brain was like, no, we don't have time for this. We gotta pack up everything. We gotta get going because we might have to hit the road and we might have to go get somewhere. And so took a couple of breaths, and then I went back to my tent and I meditated. And yeah, it was that sense of safety and comfort, and looking to find that little bit of comfort there at the finish line when you race around and get everything done. And so after my meditation, I kind of had a thought of like, okay, what does it look like to not know, to not plan it, to just be and have an experience? Maybe it's not the best experience, but it's an experience. You're not going to experience anything when you're so comfortable, when you are always trying to find that thing that keeps you safe. Like, Tonight I could go get a hotel room. But I already know what that experience is going to be like. It'll be excellent, and it'll be very comforting and very warm and these are things that I allow myself as well. However, it's almost like my mind doesn't want to find out what's on the other side of, a potential bad experience, which there is none. I think back to a couple times that I was in my tent when it was downpouring and you were in your tent all day long. And it's a memory now. It is something that when I'm talking to you guys about this, I can pull up because it's in the database. Whereas before, if I would have had just a normal camping experience, I'll call it, you would have been like, yeah, nothing happened. Nothing monumental, nothing. So either way, it's like allowing myself these experiences because down the line they become stories. And you don't really get great stories when you're sitting around comfortable all the time. So either way, I figured I'd record this video. I'm sitting here on this wet day in this wet Adirondack chair. Oh, the things I do for you guys. But I felt like it was a pretty valuable message because I feel like we all kind of go through this. Maybe not because you guys aren't living in your car, or some of you, but it is still this sense that we plan everything so very well so that we don't experience anything. We also know what the end result's going to be most of the time, I'd say. I mean, that is arguable as well, but we make sure everything is safe. I know when I lived at a home, not a home, like I was in a home, but when I lived at home, it was like you got up, you went to work, you came home, you bullshit with your husband for a while, and then, tonight's Tuesday night, I'm gonna go running. It's Thursday, I'm gonna go climbing. It's Friday, I'm gonna go to this bar. And it's like Groundhog's Day every single day, which is safe, which is comfortable, and also means that one day you're going to, and I'm not saying everybody, but for me especially, wake up and realize I did nothing. Not that I did nothing, I had a lot to show for it, but I feel like there's more experiences to be had. There's more, I'll go with that. There's more experiences to be had, and you're not gonna have them when you're safely tucked away in your comfortable little nest. So, either way, I am gonna go drink a hot cup of coffee, and then I am moving campsites today. Maybe not a great idea, but again, it's like I knew what I had for the last week over where I was, and I was just like, I keep getting this sense that I know where I want to go. It's a little bit of a hike in, and it's going to be interesting carrying all of my camping stuff, making multiple trips down, I'm going to guess about a 1/4 mile road. Anyway, let's go get started on that, and I'll keep yous updated. My butt's all wet.